So today we're going to talk about slope. So just as we've got this slope here, this one here, all of these are different. We're going to learn how to count our slopes today. Students will be able to determine the slope of a line by counting. I want you to be able to say the slope is positive, negative, 0, or undefined because. In a complete sentence for me, please. All right, so what vocabulary do you remember? Who remembers, raise your hand, what the origin is? Okay, how about Al?
It's the center of the graph.
The graph, perfect. Good job. So our center is our origin. Specifically, our origin is at 0, 0. What about x-axis? No? The horizontal. I like to think of it as where the taxis run. You guys heard that before?
Yeah.
Taxi's got an X in it, taxi. So what do we call the other one?
Sky.
Sky. The y-axis has got a Y in it, sky. Skies and taxis? Okay. Hey, some people need something to remember this stuff at. What is the coordinate plane? I heard it. Andrea? The whole graph. This is a coordinate plane right here. Right? A coordinate plane has an X and Y axis. What about positive? What are my positive values, Joshua? On the x-axis, which direction? This is the x right here. No, 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 no. All of my positive x values are to the right. And all of my negative x values are to the left. My positive y values are up. And my negative y values are down. Good. All right, quadrant. Who remembers quadrant? Alex? Which one's one? Which way do I go? Top one? This one or this one? That one? This one, quadrant 1. Where's quadrant 2? Over. Then it just goes counterclockwise, right? Third quadrant. Fourth quadrant. What's a coordinate? Good job, that ordered pair, right? That would be a coordinate right there. Horizontal. What does horizontal mean? Philip? Oh, I heard it.
Right.
The horizon, right, is a synonym for horizontal. The horizon, right? Looking this way. And then vertical? Like the sunset? Yes, the horizon. What about vertical?
Up and down.
Vertical's up and down. There's a band. What's it called? Vertical. Vertical something. No, 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 listen up. Listen, it makes sense. There's a band. It's called Vertical. What? No, I forget. But I later found out, and it's a rock band, and I later found out that it's a Christian rock band, and it totally makes sense now because they're talking about vertically looking up at God kind of thing. Right? I'm like, what a catchy name. No wonder. Never thought about it that way before.
Wait, is it vertical down too?
Yes, it is. Yes, thank you. Way to ruin the moment. All right. Okay. Steps for plotting. No, I'm not trying to get, religious. I'm just saying there's a band called Vertical something. Anyway. All right, counting slope. So pencils down. So I'm going to go ahead and plot 1, 5. That is an ordered pair. So I'm going to go to the right on my x-axis. So I'm going to go right 1 and up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shifting to the right in the positive direction on x and shifting up 5, positive on the y-axis. So that would be 1, 5. 1, comma, negative 2.5. So So I would go over 1 and down 2.5. 1 comma negative 2.5. 0, 3, I wouldn't shift at all on the x-axis, and I would shift down 1, 2, 3 on the y-axis. That would be 0, negative 3, and negative 4, 6, negative 4, and then shift up 6, brings me right here, negative 4, 6. Questions? Okay, so show me on your whiteboard 3, 4, please. So we plotted all of these. 3, 4 is 3, 4. 2, negative 2 is positive 2, negative 2. That's that point there. 5.50 is there. Negative 3, negative 6 is here. And 0, 1 is here. Questions? You guys did pretty good on that. All right, so let's watch Slope Dude. I think you're already telling me that we can't watch it.
Oh my gosh, that is.
Philip, can we watch it? It's a video. As you watch, list the 4 types of slope and draw a picture. Okay? Let's watch it. Remember, I'm still recording.
Meet Slope Dude. He loves to ski. We are going to follow him, and he'll teach us some important aspects of slope. This is the course he's skiing today. What he says will teach us about slope. Always remember that Slope Dude always skis toward the right or eastward. When he starts out, he's going uphill. It's hard work. He says, puff, puff, positive, as he goes up the mountainside. Puff, puff, positive, puff, puff, positive. Now he's at the top. It was puff, puff, positive all the way up the mountain, but now he can look forward to the downhill. On the way down the mountain, he says, nice, negative, nice, negative, nice, negative. And now, after the downhill, he's in for the hardest part of the ski route, the long, flat part. He says, this is zero fun. This is zero fun. This is zero fun. As he finishes the flat part, he doesn't see well ahead, and all of a sudden he comes to the edge of a cliff. It's straight down. He finds a slope that's straight down, and so frightened is he, faces the worst curse word possible in math and in algebra. Undefined. This is going to be adventure of Slope Dude. Remember always what he said during his ski trip. Up the hill or up the slope, he said, puff, puff, positive. On his downhill run, he said, nice, negative. On the long flat part of the course, he said, this is zero fun. And finally, when he went over the vertical cliff and straight down, he yelled the worst curse word of math and algebra. Undefined! The uphill is a slope with a positive number, the downhill is a slope with a negative number. The flat part is a slope of 0, and the straight up and down, or vertical part, is undefined. This has been the Adventures of Slope Dude. Special thanks to Kim Muley for inventing Slope Dude. Thanks for viewing.
How do you write?
Okay. Guys, I need you to quiet down, please. Okay, so what did we identify? Puff, puff, positive.
Nice, negative.
Nice, negative. All right, so let's put puff, puff, positive would be positive slope, negative slope, zero slope, and undefined, right? The vertical line. All right, so let's count. Give me one. Okay, so let's start with identifying any 2 points on the line. So here's my 2 points.
0, 3.
So I've got a point here and a point here. Now the way I like to think about it is I'm driving down the X highway, right, in a taxi, correct? Driving down the X highway, and I come to this intersection, and I can't go backwards on the freeway. I have to go forward. So I'm going to have to go up. Please stop talking. So I'm going to have to go up. So this is a positive slope. So I've identified my 2 points. I've identified that it's a positive slope. Now I need to, now some teachers do it differently, and that's what I was just pausing for. I was changing something. I always count up, and the reason I always count up first is because we're talking about rising and then running. You have to rise up in the morning before you can take a run, right? Can you run before you get up? No. No, you still got to get up. But in your sleep, didn't you still have to get up? Can we gain a little bit of maturity, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Dylan? This is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to rise up. How far do I, now, for instance, pretend this is a neighborhood, right? Technically, you can't drive a car through the neighborhood. You have to take the street. So in order to, if this is your house and that's the neighborhood, wherever you want to go, right, gas station, I have to drive up this street till I meet this intersection and then drive over. So how far do I have to drive up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have to run 1. So this slope is 5. Let's do another one. All right, identify any 2 points. I could identify this point and this point, or this point and this point, or this point, changing my color there, this point and this point. The farther you have to drive, the more work you have to do because you're going to have to simplify. But they're all the same slope, right? So it doesn't matter which 2 points you pick. I'm going to pick ones that are close so I don't have to do as much work. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to say I've got a rise. Well, first of all, let's talk about positive, negative, 0, or undefined. As I'm driving down the X highway, I have to drive. Can I go backwards? No, I got to go forward. So which direction am I going to go? I can go backwards? You see what I'm saying? Let's try it again. No, you can't go backwards. So I'm going to drive this way. Which direction do I have to go? Down. That's the only way I can go. I can't go backwards. That's a U-turn. Right? Illegal U-turn, thank you. So I have to drive down. I don't have a choice, right? So if I'm driving down, this is a negative slope. Okay? So I'm going to count up. So let's start here. How far do I have to count up to get to an intersection? 2.
Can we drive it from the other side?
Yep. So I'm going to rise how much?
2.
2. And run how much?
1.
1. But I'm going in the negative direction. Drive up to and drive to the left, which is negative 1. Let's see what happened if I took that further drive. How far do I have to drive up? 1, 2, 3, 4. And to the left, how many?
2.
2 in the negative direction, which is still negative 2. Right? Still the same slope?
Yep.
If I would have started here, how far do I have to go up? 2.
2.
And over 1. So it doesn't matter where I start. Okay. Got this one. Identify 2 points. This time I've got to make up 2 points. This is the easiest one right here. Let's drive down the line and see what happens. Where would I stop? There. Right? I have to stop at intersections. There. Isn't that intersection right there? See where it's intersecting lines? I can't stop unless, is there an intersection there? And there? So I gotta stop there. So, where do you want to begin, Levi? Which point?
1, 3.
You want to start down here at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, let's start at the bottom. So, before we do that, we identified our points. Is this positive, negative, or 0? Let's see. Let's drive down the X highway. Driving down the X highway. Oh, here's an intersection. I can only go, what? Up. So this is a positive slope. You can't drive backwards on the freeway. I thought you were talking about whether or not we're going up or down on the finding the slope. You can, do you read from the right to the left?
That's a real view. One way.
It's all in perspective, right? We're going westbound. All right, so we're on the westbound 10. All right, we're driving towards Eastern America, right?
Just go right.
Just go right. All right. So let's start here. Let's count. How far do I have to go up? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to rise 3. Once I rise 3, how far am I going to have to go in this direction? 1. There's my slope. Rise over run. Okay. Try this one. You guys try this one. Yeah. Which point do you want to start at? Okay. First of all, let's drive down the highway. What's the only direction we can go?
Up.
Selena.
Oh, yeah.
We can't go this way. Can you do a U-turn on the freeway? So which way do I have to go? Negative slope. So rise over run. I already know I have a negative slope. So let's start at 0, 0. How far do I have to rise? 2 times. And how far do I have to run to get over here?
Negative.
Negative 2 over 3. Question. Rise over run.
It doesn't matter which way you go.
No, I always rise. That's what I thought you were talking about. You can go down. I can rise in the negative direction and run in the positive direction. Please stop talking. Okay, here's the difference.
You said you already passed.
Hold on, Joshua. So, I can rise and then run negative, right? Isn't that the same as just saying, I know it's a negative slope, so I'm going to rise up 2 and run 3?
Yeah.
Which is also the same thing as saying, I'm going to rise in the negative direction and run 3. They're all the same. To me, it makes more sense to rise up rather than rise down. But you can do whatever you're comfortable with doing. It's all going to be the same, right? You can either rise up and run to the negative, or you can rise down and run in the positive. Make sense? Do you guys agree that it makes more sense to rise up?
Yeah.
It says rise. Why not rise? Okay. Let's go to the next one. You guys try this one. And, all right, Levi wrote something really interesting. He said 0, and then he put 0 over 0. So he rose 0 and he ran 0. Well, he didn't go anywhere, did he?
Oh, no.
But couldn't you also rise 0 and run 1? Or rise 0 and run 5? It's still 0, right? couldn't I always also rise 0 and run -1? I can run all the way down this line, but I'm still going to have a 0 slope. Correct? That is why whenever you have 0 over anything, it's okay. Get that? But you can't have a 0 in the denominator. That's no bueno. No bueno. Okay? No. Have you guys seen that before?
No.
Okay. Haven't I shown it to you? All right, try this one. All right, so determine the slope. Let's identify some points. Where's the easiest one to identify? 0, 0. Let's drive down the street. Oh, there's an intersection right there. You could have kept going, but why? Why make it more work for yourself? Then you just have to simplify it, right?
Oh, yeah, you know.
So, let's drive down the highway. Is this a positive slope or a negative slope? Okay, we're driving down the freeway. Do I have to go up or down? I have to go up. I can't turn around and do a U-turn, right? So since I have to go up, this is a positive slope. You guys get that? You're always reading this way and you got to go up, so it's positive. Can I do a negative slope one?
Yeah.
Now that one's going down, right?
Yep.
All right, so this is going in the positive direction. So now I got to count. Rise, over, run. How far do I have to rise? 1. How far do I need to run? 2. Question? Tell me that one. All right, Michael, let's identify 2 points. Let's start right here. Tell me when to stop. Here?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I stop there and I start rising, I've got to rise. First of all, please stop talking, guys. First of all, let's drive down the highway. When I get to this purple line, do I have to go up or go down? Up, so this is a positive slope. So if I start rising, I got to count up. How far do I have to count up before I'm going to reach that intersection? 2. And how far do I have to run? Okay? So my slope is 2. Got this one, guys. Okay, so what is it?
Just learn the slope.
Undefined. Your mom said you can't say that one, huh? All right. This time we're going to graph, please stop. This time we're going to graph the points and then connect our line to count our slope. So, pencils down. 0, -2. So I'm going to go 0 on my x-axis. This is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. So I'm going to go 0. I'm not going to shift it all on my x. And for my y, I'm going to shift down 2. There's my first point. Then I'm going to go 1, 3. So I'm going to shift to the right 1 and up 1, 2, 3. There are my 2 points. Now I just have to make my line by connecting them. Now I'm going to count up. So first of all, let's figure out if it's positive or negative. If I'm driving down the freeway and I hit that line, do I have to go up or down? Up. The positive slope. So let's start here. Let's rise up. How far do I have to rise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got to rise up 5. And how far am I going to run? 1. Good job, guys.
Easy now.
Try this one. Let's see, guys. 0, 0. Then 1, 2, 3, down 2. Is this going to be a positive slope or a negative slope? Good job. Negative slope. How far do I have to rise? How far am I going to rise, folks? 2. And how far do I have to run? 3. And it's a negative slope. Good job. Okay, this is what I want you to put on your... Please stop talking. The shifting has to stop or I'll make you put everything back. What did you learn today?
How to rise over us.
Nope, don't move. Counting slope. I will wait until you guys are quiet and stop shifting.
Come on, shifters.
What is a synonym for slope? What have we been saying over and over again? Rise over run. All right, I want you to write, I want to see this as you walk out the door. I want an example of positive, negative, 0, and undefined.